Okay, so it's happened a lot in my musical career where I would get stuck trying to write a solo. And I found out later it was because I got so used to the patterns that I played on the guitar that I kind of started going into autopilot. And when I couldn't come up with anything creative, I would just jump to that. And that sometimes backs you into a corner because you kind of play the same things and you feel like you're not really creating anything new and original. So I thought, okay, what am I going to do? So I put the guitar down, and my first idea was just to try to sing a solo and use a microphone and record it, just go right from my mind onto tape. Back then it was tape, and try to come up with something that way. But that wasn't working at that particular time. So I saw my keyboard sitting by me. So I brought it on my bed and I started to mess around on it. And I realized that I was creating lines that I would have never thought of on the guitar because of the idea that I was so used to the guitar neck at the time and not as used to the keyboard. So the keyboard was kind of this new, fresh thing, and I thought that was kind of cool that it was evoking new ideas, new concepts and patterns that I hadn't thought of before on the guitar. And so what was great about that is later on I did my Prince video where I was doing all his techniques, and there's a song called Computer Blue. And I didn't know it at the time, but the solo to me is a guitar solo, but it sounded a lot like a synth solo too. So I thought, I bet you Prince figured this out on a synth and then just moved it to guitar later. And then a bunch of comments came in and they said that that was the case, where I think his dad wrote the synth line and then he just played it on the guitar. So I thought that was kind of cool. So today I wanted to show you an example of doing this. And recently I had a backing track that I was playing to that I made. And I just want to write a solo, kind of use it as an example. And I was having a lot of trouble trying to get it down on the guitar. So I used the old trick. I jumped on the synth and started coming up with some lines. So first I want to show it to you on the synth. And then I'm going to explain, I'll do it on the guitar as well. And then I'm going to explain how a lot of the things that I did on the synth, I would normally not do on the guitar. And why it's so cool to kind of let those two worlds collide to sometimes come up with some cool stuff. So here it is on the synthesizer. Okay, so one of the hardest parts was taking that and then trying to do it on the guitar because, like I said, you're not used to doing these patterns on the guitar that you're doing on the synth. So when I started to figure it out, I'm like, wow, a lot of this stuff feels very strange. And over the years, it has become my style to play leads a little bit more like a synth player. It's because of this very thing. And so you might notice that I do some moves that a guitar player normally wouldn't do. But I think it's one of those things where a lot of people ask me what my style is when I solo because I do a lot of other people's techniques to teach. But this is the closest to my style that I've probably played on video for you guys. So check it out. Kind of a strange sound, isn't it? It's sort of floaty, a little atmospheric sometimes, and the trem bar vibrato really brings out that synthy sort of vibrato that you get when you turn that mod wheel on a synthesizer or keyboard. So I think it's because I love both instruments so much and I've grown up with both of them that they sort of melted together to become sort of my style. So I encourage you to try this. I'll put the track at the end of this video if you just want to play along to it. Try to come up with it if you have any other instrument, or if you want to do that trick I was talking about where you just hear it in your mind and you sing it out or you whistle it or something. And then try to figure it out on the guitar, because I think you're going to surprise yourself at the creative twists and turns that your mind will take when you try something different. So hopefully you have access to some keyboard maybe, or maybe you played flute or violin or trumpet or something else, and you could jump on that real quick and just try to write a solo to the backing track that I put at the end of this video. And then if you can, leave a link in the comments to what you've come up with. I'd be really interested to see what you have done. And I was going to say, we're going to have some giveaways. I just gave away my fuzz pedal that I used in my Jack White video yesterday. I'm going to send that out today. And I'm going to be giving away a few more things, including a guitar this week. So I'm kind of excited about that. So keep an eye out for that. Try this lesson out. Leave a link in the comments and give it a try. Let me know how it goes. All right, thanks you guys for watching. We'll see ya. Bye.